So some people said that I gave too many secrets away in the last episode. So in this episode, I'm gonna give you some more. Hey, what's up guys? This is Nick from Nick Exposed. On the last episode, we covered thrift store shopping for film cameras. On this episode, we're gonna do a part 2, and I'm gonna show you some other things that you might wanna be looking out for as you're going through the thrift stores. So we're gonna get going. So here are the other things that you might be wanting to look for as you're thrift store shopping, and I think this goes without saying, but this also applies to garage sale shopping, estate sales, and everything else. Also, last episode, I forgot to mention flea markets. Those are another fantastic way to find some of this stuff. But the first thing that you want to look for is batteries. So we talked about batteries a little bit in the last episode. I shared some of the batteries that I have with me for testing film cameras and using in film cameras. But thrift stores are a great place to find these because you can get them for nice and cheap. Oftentimes they're still new in package. And what happens is people find them in their junk drawers or in their old camera cases or anything like that. They bring them down there. They just put them up in the electronics section. So make sure you're looking out for those. You can find them for like 10 cents or less sometimes. It's pretty sweet. The next one might seem a little obvious, but I'm gonna throw it in here just in case, and that's film. I find a lot of old expired film. I've also found some newer, not necessarily fresh, but not crazy expired film for dirt cheap. Oftentimes if you're buying a film camera, they'll throw it in with the film camera just because what are they gonna charge you for, you know? Expired film can be a lot of fun to shoot with, so keep an eye out for all sorts of different films. So the next thing on the list is film archival sleeves. Now this is a 35mm sleeve. I found 120, I found all sorts of them, but you can find these for super cheap. Oftentimes they end up over by like the 3-ring binders and like office supplies. As soon as I found out that thrift stores had these, I started finding them all over the place. You typically get like a pack of them for like $1 or less. So I've also found some at garage sales, so be on the lookout pretty much everywhere you go, and you'll probably come across these. Now this next one, I can guarantee you will find at literally every single thrift store on the face of the planet, and it is measuring cups. So like the Pure X or whatever, you know, 500 milliliter, 1000 milliliter measuring cups. These are used in kitchens, but you could also use them at home for home developing. And I promise you that every place out there has them. Why spend the, you know, $2.99 for them or whatever when you can get it for like 10 cents at a thrift store? Now this next one you might have a hard time believing that you can find at thrift stores, but I promise you I found a few of these, and it is scanners. I think you can see this one here. This is an Epson 3170. I found this one for 20, well actually, not this one, hold on. So actually I found this one for $20, and I used that one for about 1.5 years before it broke down on me. And then about 2 months ago, I found another one identical to it for 27 cents at a thrift store. So you wanna look out for those. So the big thing to keep in mind as you're looking for scanners, when you open a flatbed scanner up, you'll see this white piece. You're actually looking for some that this pops out and has a backlight to where you can backlight your film. So they also come with these film holders. This one's for 120 film, so medium format. They come in 35mm and slide. You want to try and find it with the holder, so that way you don't have to go on eBay and try and find it. You could also make one yourself if you're pretty crafty, but it's best if you could find them with it. Again, you're just looking for that backlight, and you want to make sure that it's big enough to where you could do pretty decent size rolls. Some of them come with like a little like strip that you could do like 3 frames at a time. Those aren't worth it. Find one with a bigger one of these. So like the Cano scans, those are pretty nice. These Epsons, you can find a really good deal on those. Also a pro tip is on your scanner, you want to put a 2 stops apparel sticker, because it'll guarantee at least like 3% better sharpness on all of your images, so keep that in mind. Next thing you want to look for is a film fridge, or what most people would know as a mini fridge. My wife absolutely loved it when I got a little mini fridge to store all my film in, because then we could actually have our big fridge for, you know, like fruits and vegetables and whatever, you know, fridge stuff. Actually found my mini fridge online for $5 on Craigslist. I also bought one for my office for $10 off of Craigslist. We got our wine fridge for $15 at a thrift store. So you can find these things all over the place. Wine fridges they work great as well for film storage. Film likes to be stored cold, if you're wondering why I'm telling you to get a fridge for your film. And I'm telling you, a $10 mini fridge works just as well as a brand new $150 mini fridge. So just go find yourself a cheap one, I promise you. The next thing is my absolute favorite, hands down, to look for at thrift stores and flea markets and garage sales, and that's Photobooks. These are amazing. You could find extremely classic photo books. I actually found this Ansel Adams The Negative book for about 50 cents at a thrift store. I picked up this amazing Life, the Classics collection, for $4 at a bargain bookstore. I'm gonna do a whole video series on some of my favorite books, but I'm telling you, look for these out there because they're all over the place and you can find some absolute gems for like next to nothing. Go do it. And I'm actually not gonna lie, I found this Audrey Hepburn photo book about a month ago at a thrift store, and I've been geeking hardcore on it. Look at these photos. These are amazing. Now this last one's a little bit of a bonus tip. I can almost guarantee a lot of people haven't thought of this one, but as you're out thrifting, be on the lookout for belts. That's right, leather belts like you put around your waist to hold your britches up. Those. One of the things I get asked the most when I post pictures of this up online is where I got my leather strap. And I actually make these out of recycled leather belts. And I'm gonna be putting a video up on how to make this exact same strap and how to make it for less than $5. And if you do it the right way, you can make it for less than $3. These turn out absolutely fantastic. You can make some pretty unique straps with some belts that have a lot of character to them. So be on the lookout, subscribe to the channel because I'm gonna be putting up a video for that in about a month. We're gonna do the entire step-by-step process. I look forward to it. So there you have it, nice, quick, to the point. These are some of the things that are kind of overlooked as you're going through thrift stores. So maybe you've thought of some of them, maybe you've thought of all of them. If you have other stuff that you're on the lookout for film photography stuff at thrift stores, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below. And actually what I'll do is in the description below, I'll start pulling some of you guys' other ideas out from the comments, and I'll start making a list, like a up-to-date current list of all the things that you should be looking for out in thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, you name it. Just go out there and look for this stuff. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what I should be looking for when I'm going out thrifting that I haven't thought of. I'd love to hear what you guys are finding and what you guys are making work for your film photography or photography. You know, this isn't just a film photography. Anyways. So please like and subscribe below. If you found this content to be valuable, I'd ask that you'd share it with your friends. However you want to go do that, you know, if you want to like write it down and put it on a carrier pigeon and like, there you go, buddy, go on. You can do that too, but mostly like share it on Instagram and Facebook and, you know, do all that. I have a lot of great videos in the works for you guys, including the zine series that I've been promising. You guys have been asking for it. It's coming up real soon. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on the next episode. And until then, like, go shoot film and thrift and all that stuff that we've been talking about. I'll see you then. Peace.